We all crave love, that feeling of deep connection with another soul. But here's the thing. Love isn't just about butterflies and grand gestures. It's built on silent understandings we rarely talk about. It's about navigating the unspoken nuances of a relationship, the everyday moments that truly make or break us. Today, we're breaking down the 10 unwritten rules of love that can transform your relationships from fleeting sparks into enduring flames. You know that feeling at the start of a relationship? The butterflies, the excitement, the constant desire to be around each other? That's infatuation, the easy part. Real love, enduring love, that's a choice. It's waking up every day and choosing that person, even when the butterflies have flown and life throws its inevitable curveballs. Think about the couples you know who've stood the test of time. It's not just luck or some magical formula. It's the conscious decision to keep choosing each other day after day, year after year, because feelings fade. It's inevitable. Life gets messy, routines set in, and the initial spark can dim. But that's where the real magic happens. That's where you decide that this person, flaws and all, is worth fighting for. It's about seeing beyond the imperfections and recognizing the depth of your connection. It's about remembering why you fell in love in the first place and nurturing that love with intention. So the next time you hit a rough patch, remember this. Love isn't just a feeling, it's a verb. It's an action. It's a choice you make every single day. Agree, comment, choose below if you're ready to choose love, even when it's hard. Let's build something real, something lasting. How many fights have started because you were just waiting for your turn to speak? We've all been there. You're not really listening, you're just formulating your rebuttal in your head. But here's the thing. True communication, the kind that deepens intimacy and builds bridges, requires us to listen with the intent to understand, not to reply. It's about putting aside our own agendas for a moment and truly stepping into the other person's shoes. What are they really trying to say? What emotions are they expressing? It's about hearing their words, but also paying attention to their tone, their body language, the unspoken cues that reveal so much more than words ever could. Here's a simple but powerful tip. The next time you're in a disagreement, before you say anything, try repeating back what you heard your partner say. Not word for word, but capturing the essence of their message. You'll be amazed at how this simple act can diffuse tension and create a space for genuine connection. When we feel heard, truly heard, it creates a sense of safety and intimacy that allows love to flourish. We live in a world obsessed with words, but sometimes the most powerful communication happens in the spaces between the words, in the silences we often try to fill. Think about it. A knowing glance across a crowded room, a comforting touch when words fail. The way your partner's presence alone can soothe your soul. These are the unspoken languages of love, the subtle cues that speak volumes about the depth of your connection. Learn to read your partner's silences. Are they withdrawing because they need space to process? Are they quiet because they are feeling insecure or unsure? Or is it a comfortable silence, a shared moment of peace and contentment? Pay attention to the non-verbal cues, their body language, their facial expressions, the energy they're radiating. These subtle signals can tell you more than words ever could. And remember, silence isn't always a negative space that needs to be filled. Sometimes it's a testament to the depth of your connection, a space where words become unnecessary because you understand each other on a deeper level. Love isn't a transaction. It's not about keeping a tally of who did the dishes last or who said I love you first. When you start keeping score, you turn love into a competition, and nobody wins in that game. Real love, the kind that lasts, is about giving freely without expecting anything in return. It's about doing things for your partner because you genuinely want to make their life easier, not because you're expecting a pat on the back or a reciprocal act of service. Think about it. Do you keep track of every little thing you do for your friends or family? Of course not. You do things for them because you care, because it brings you joy to see them happy. Love should be the same way. It's about showing up for each other, supporting each other's dreams, and being there through thick and thin, without expecting anything in return. When you let go of the need to keep score, you create a space of generosity and abundance in your relationship. You stop viewing love as a limited resource and start experiencing it as the boundless wellspring of joy that it truly is. We all have this innate need for solitude, for time alone to recharge, reflect, and reconnect with ourselves. And here's the thing. Needing space doesn't mean you love your partner any less. In fact, it's essential for maintaining a healthy and vibrant relationship. Think about it. When you spend every waking moment with someone, it's easy to lose yourself in the relationship. You start to blend together, your boundaries blur, and you risk losing sight of your own individual identities. Giving each other space allows you to miss each other, to appreciate the time you do have together, and to return to the relationship with renewed energy and enthusiasm. It's about trusting that your love is strong enough to withstand some distance, that your bond can't be broken by a few hours or even days apart. So, encourage your partner to pursue their passions, to spend time with their friends, to have experiences that don't involve you, and do the same for yourself. Remember, a little bit of space can go a long way in keeping the spark alive. Movies and social media have conditioned us to believe that love is all about grand gestures, the surprise trips to Paris, the diamond rings, the elaborate displays of affection. But here's the truth. While those things can be nice, they pale in comparison to the power of the little things, the everyday acts of love that truly nourish a relationship. It's the "How was your day?" text in the middle of a busy afternoon. It's the cup of coffee made just the way your partner likes it. It's the remembering to pick up their favorite snack at the grocery store. It's about paying attention to the details, to the things that make your partner feel seen, appreciated, and loved. It's about making an effort, even when you're tired, stressed, or just not feeling it. Because those small acts of love, those seemingly insignificant gestures, they add up over time. They create a foundation of love and appreciation that can weather any storm. So, forget about trying to impress your partner with grand gestures. Instead, focus on the little things. They're the secret ingredient to a love that lasts. One of the biggest misconceptions about love is that we can fix someone, that our love is enough to heal their wounds and make them whole. But here's the hard truth. You can't love someone into loving themselves. You can't pour all your love and energy into someone hoping that it will magically erase their insecurities, their past traumas, their deep-seated beliefs about themselves. Love can be a powerful catalyst for growth, but it can't do the work for someone else. Each individual is responsible for their own healing journey, for doing the inner work to cultivate self-love and self-acceptance. Trying to love someone into wholeness is a recipe for exhaustion and resentment. You end up carrying the weight of their emotional baggage, neglecting your own needs in the process. So what can you do? You can love them unconditionally, exactly as they are, while also setting healthy boundaries. You can support their journey of self-discovery without trying to control the outcome. Remember, you are not responsible for their happiness, but you can create a loving and supportive environment where they feel safe to embark on their own healing journey. Jealousy. It's a primal emotion, one that whispers insecurities in our ears and can drive us to act in ways we never thought possible. But here's the crucial distinction. Jealousy isn't love, it's fear disguised as possessiveness. True love celebrates freedom, not restriction. It rejoices in the other person's happiness even if it doesn't directly involve us. When we try to control our partner, to limit their interactions or dictate their choices, we're not expressing love, we are suffocating it. Trust is the bedrock of any healthy relationship. It's about believing in your partner's love and loyalty, even when they're not physically by your side. It's about feeling secure enough to let them shine their own light, knowing that their essence is not threatened by the world outside your relationship. So, how do we combat jealousy? By addressing the root of our insecurities. Are we projecting past hurts onto our current partner? Do we struggle with self-worth, believing we're not enough to keep someone's love? By working on ourselves, by building our own confidence and sense of self, we create a solid foundation for a love built on trust, not control. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It festers within us, poisoning our thoughts, our emotions, and ultimately, our capacity for love. Forgiveness isn't about condoning hurtful actions or pretending they didn't happen. It's about releasing the grip that anger and resentment have on us, freeing ourselves from the burden of carrying the past. When we forgive, we're not doing it for the other person, we're doing it for ourselves. We're choosing to break free from the cycle of pain and create space for healing and peace. Now, it's crucial to understand that forgiveness doesn't mean staying in a situation that's harmful or abusive. It doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or excusing unacceptable behavior. Sometimes, the most loving act we can offer ourselves is to walk away from a relationship that's causing us more pain than joy. But if you're committed to making a relationship work, if you believe in the potential for healing and growth, then forgiveness is an essential step towards rebuilding trust and creating a more loving future. Not all love stories are meant to be written in permanent ink. Some are etched in the sand, beautiful and fleeting, leaving their mark on our hearts even as the tide washes them away. We tend to view the end of a relationship as a failure, a sign that we did something wrong, or that the love wasn't strong enough. But sometimes, relationships have an expiration date, not because they were flawed, but because they served their purpose in our lives. Some people come into our lives to teach us a lesson, to help us grow, or to simply share a season of joy and connection. And when their time is up, it's okay to let them go with grace and gratitude. Clinging to a love that's run its course only causes more pain. It keeps us tethered to the past, preventing us from opening ourselves up to new possibilities, new loves, new chapters in our stories. So, if you find yourself at the end of a relationship, take the time to grieve the loss, to honor the lessons learned, and to celebrate the growth you experienced together. And then, when you're ready, release yourself from the past and step boldly into the unknown, knowing that your heart is big enough to love and be loved again. So there you have it, the 10 unwritten rules of love that nobody tells you, but that can make all the difference in your relationships. Remember, love is a journey, not a destination. It's about showing up every day, choosing each other, and navigating the ups and downs together. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable, to communicate openly, and to put in the work. The rewards of a deep, meaningful connection are worth it. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these unwritten rules resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going.